Yeah, it was much better just in terms of the way that I actually played the match. In the first match, I basically spent the whole match defending. I was playing quite far behind the baseline, and that's not really how I want to be playing moving forward. So kind of spoke at length with my coach about that kind of today, regardless of the result. I wanted to, at least be dictating more points, trying to use my forehand, be close to the baseline, and I think I did that, especially in some of the important moments in the third set. Even though I made a couple of mistakes at important moments, I was being more offensive, and I was a lot happier with the way that I approached the match today.
What goes through your mind after the second set at 1-6 in the changeover, so you could turn it around so well in the third?
I don't know really. I didn't. I just tried to get back to doing what I was doing. The beginning of the second set actually started okay, and then had a small chance. I think it was 1-1, love 30, didn't get the break, and then got broken, I think, from 30 love up in the next game. And, from there, made a few mistakes and lost focus a little bit. And, just the beginning of the third set, I started well and tried to, and sort of increase my intensity a little bit, which was lacking a bit at the end of the second set, and thought I did that well.
Indeed, it was your first kind of back-to-back match in a while. Did you notice anything physically, anything kind of that was left over from the long match late the other night? And were you as nervous this time? You said you had some nerves going into the first one.
No, I was less nervous today. And yeah, I was a bit stiff in like my left glute, lower back from the first match, but I think that's kind of to be expected. So hopefully my body will start to adjust to the matches and sort of realise what it's supposed to be doing again. And yeah, I was quite happy with how I pulled up, considering it was a pretty long match and the first hardcourt match I played in a while.
Andy, from where you were a month ago when you lost to Kyle at Eastbourne to where you are today, just the difference in your game and how much better you feel right now?
Yeah, I mean, much better. I said it before, before I played here. I felt a lot better, and the build up to the tournament, the sort of practice I had beforehand, and the way that I was moving on the court, was significantly better. So, whereas in Eastbourne, anytime sort of Kyle was dictating the points, I wasn't tracking enough balls down. I felt a bit slow to the balls. Today I was able to defend and dig up a few more shots, and that made a big difference.
Andy, just playing against a guy like Kyle, top 15 player, at least is beating a guy like that, does it at least give you kind of an idea of where you're at competition-wise, and maybe give you a little more confidence heading into the later stage of this tournament and sort of the rest of the summer?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been my best win since I started playing again. Kyle's one of the best sort of young players in the world, and has had some excellent results this season. So it's a good win for me. Will give me confidence moving forward as well, that I'm able to play at that level. Now, just need to hope that there's still some improvements to come in terms of how I feel physically, and I think my sort of confidence in my body will improve with each match, and hopefully keeps going in the right direction.
A bit of an off-court question here. You've always been very outspoken about social issues, particularly women's equality and women's rights. Is there a reason you decided to be more outspoken about things like that? And do you understand why a lot of athletes are hesitant to speak up?
I don't think I've been outspoken about it. Just when someone's asked me about it, I've answered the question. I haven't gone out of my way to talk about it. If someone's asked me the question, I've given my answer. And when a male athlete speaks positively about female athletes, it makes a headline, which is strange and shouldn't really be the case, but it is. And that kind of started more when I started working with Amelie Resmo a few years ago, and I started to realize a lot more like how she was treated by the media, also what other players were kind of saying like behind the scenes and in the locker room, and you hear those things and you become aware of it, and that was I found that quite hard to deal with, and it was disappointing. So when I've been asked about it, I think I've spoken positively about female athletes and female coaches and things like that, but I don't know why outspoken is the word that's used.
Hi, Andy. Congratulations on your victory this evening. With very few rankings points to your name because of your inactivity, do you feel less pressure being ranked where you are right now, taking it a day at a time, a match at a time, as opposed to what it was like when you were ranked number one in the world?
I mean, it's obviously it's a slightly different position to be in. I'm not massively motivated by rankings anymore. There was a very short period in my career where rankings was important to me around the end of, well, it was kind of the middle of 2016 through until the end of 2016, and from there I've not been that fussed about it really. I managed to achieve what I wanted to there, and from now on I'm more interested in trying to win tournaments and staying healthy and being able to compete for as long as I can. But there's a sort of less expectation like when you come back from a surgery and stuff, but I think as sort of the weeks go on, and hopefully if I feel better and have wins like today, the expectation and the pressure that I put on myself will grow, and I mean it will get bigger each week, I think.
This is another off-court question. I'm curious, obviously the reason you were away from the tour was not a great reason. You wouldn't have chosen to take a year off, but I'm curious, other than increased time with family, what did you enjoy most about that time off, and did you pick up anything new?
I didn't really pick up a lot of new stuff. It was obviously I got to spend lots of time with the family, but because there was a bit of uncertainty at times, and I tried to come back in Australia, and that didn't work out, and then was sort of expecting about 4 months from when I had the surgery that I'd be back playing. I did lots of rehab during that period, and was trying hard to get back for kind of just before the grass season. That unfortunately didn't work out, so the process was maybe a bit longer than what I'd expected at the beginning, and because the dates of when I was supposed to be coming back changed quite a lot during it. I spent most of it, unfortunately, just rehabbing and trying to get better, rather than if I knew at the beginning I was going to be out for 12 months, I would have taken a few months off and not done loads of training and gone and tried new things and holiday and visited places I've not been to. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
Sasha and Misha Zverev are going to play each other in the third round for the first time at ATP main draw level, and you're one of the few guys with a brother on tour. We don't see that many brother versus brother matches on ATP compared to WTA, where there's Venus and Serena, obviously, for a long time, and a few others. But what do you think that dynamic would be like, playing a brother?
Yeah, it's difficult. I've played my brother, I think, only once on the tour in doubles, and I found it difficult because that's like when I've played doubles, I've always tried to win, but I'm doing it more to work on my game and to enjoy it. Whereas for him, that's his career. So it's quite a weird feeling going on the court against him in that scenario. But I would think for Sasha and Misha, be difficult. I mean, they've obviously, I'd imagine they practiced together loads over the years. I think they played once
Qualies
before
once
and
in
qualies
Houston,
once, yeah. So they, they have played against each other, but yeah, for sure, it's extremely difficult to be in that position. I mean, they'll know each other's games literally inside out. So yeah, I'll be interested to watch it.
In general, there's a lot fewer brothers in ATP than there are sisters in WTA. Do you have any idea why that might be?
No, don't know really. I'm not sure. I mean, I know when me and my brother were growing up, we used to do everything with each other. We would literally played all sports together when we were growing up. There was only a 15-month age gap. So I don't know if that's the case with sisters, if they do the same thing. I've got obviously 2 daughters now, so I'll be able to give you an answer on that in about 15 years or so, if you're willing to wait that long.